Hey guys, Jeff here with Ghost Knight Gaming, and I'm with Julia of LimitlessDreams and
Art and Cosplay.
Ah, there we go. I got half of it.
Hey, close enough.
Well, the other ones, I'm just making up random names when I try to say them. So, like, this is, I don't know who this is. So
words and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm back with another cosplay interview, and this time we're going to talk about some of the stuff that she's done. She does art, she does commissions, she does cosplay of all sorts of kinds. A lot more stuff than I've done so far. And yeah, the usual thing. I'm going to ask random questions. She doesn't know what any of the questions are. There's no warning. Stuff just happens. We go from there. All right. So how'd you get into cosplay?
I actually got into cosplay by my family, actually. We used to do medieval recreation, part of the SEA, back in like the 1990s and like early 2000s. We pretty much dressed up in funny clothes and hit each other with sticks.
Best part.
And, you know, kind of did the same thing, but less convention-y, I suppose.
Yeah.
It was mostly just, it was camping in costumes.
Yeah.
So, and we used to build our own costumes. We did a whole bunch of like archery, arts and sciences, everything like that. So that's kind of what pushed me more than anything into cosplay. Yeah.
Well, and I know your family does a lot of cosplay with you as well. And so, what's that like for fun? I know my kids have kind of been almost roped into cosplaying a ton of stuff with me. Most of them enjoy it, but
that you know of.
That I know of.
My family actually, they were not surprised when I became a cosplayer at all. I was so worried, like, coming out to, like, it was like, you know, a scary moment as a child where it's like, I cosplay, Mom, I'm sorry, like, I have to tell you something important. I like dressing up in funny costumes, and she's like, yeah, we figured. I'm like, woo! Panic attack and a half, and eventually I got my family into cosplaying with me. My mother, my uncle, my stepdad. No one else in my family. I don't have siblings. We don't have any other kids, cousins, or anything. So it's kind of just us, and I mostly just push them into doing new things, trying new costumes, trying to build something else.
Yeah, I remember watching, I think it was your uncle working on his Magneto helmet.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Attempt 4 and 5.
I have my first trials of doing helmets somewhere around the house. They don't even fit my 3-year-old, they're so small. Because I was trying to use the head form I bought at Michael's, and it was way too small. It's not as big as this head. So it took me about 3 tries to finally get the helmet that I actually mostly finished. And I'm like, oh, this template is perfect if I want to do Magneto, Spartans. This is great.
This is amazing.
It's like,
look at
don't
this.
lose this template.
Well, don't touch it. Just leave it where it is.
So what's probably the weirdest thing you've worked on or worked with?
Oh, a couple of the weirder things that I've worked with is like semi-formed plastics. They're really, really weird because they like to curl on themselves. Sometimes they like to bend, warp, kind of bubble with each other. Sometimes they don't mix. Other than that, lots of like fast-acting silicones and resins. Those can be weird too because they can harden in weird shapes, so you get like giant bubbles or really weird flashing on certain things, and it's like, how did that? I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. What's probably your favorite costume you've done so far?
So far is currently my Diablo 3 wizard. After lots and lots of upgrading and rebuilding or remasking anything, it's probably one of my favorites. Not the most comfortable, but it's one of my most favorites because of the time I spent on the armor, all of the fabric pieces, and the props and all the armor and staff and everything like that. Yeah.
And it looks good too, and we'll probably have a picture of it at the end of the video, so you guys should check that out.
Probably, who knows?
What's probably the penultimate costume you'd like to do that you haven't already done?
I have a lot of those. I have way too many of those.
Bring up the scroll of cosplay plans.
12 feet long. I have quite a few. A lot of them are probably like ungodly ridiculous. Like copious amounts of mechs and like actuators, lots of armor, test wares. Like it's such a pain. Probably one of my bigger ones now is Demon Hunter from WoW.
Okay, yeah.
I will probably most likely be adding circuitry and machine.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people working on builds for various versions of the Demon Hunters. So it's been interesting to see the process they're going through for that. I know even just some of the stuff I'm working on right now, I'm looking at some of this like, okay, so I'm going to start getting into LED work. I'm going to start getting into, I have to size this so I can move in this because it's a full suit of armor.
Christ,
oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I want especially my design for the Demon Hunter. It has full set of stilts, wings, lots of knee and like thigh armor, and it's no.
Yeah, I was looking at one of my favorite Smite outfits that I want to do at some point, and I think I hate myself is anything by about Thanatos. 2 sets of wings. Our camera girl is just shaking her head in the background.
I feel the 2 wings part because my cosplay that I had for Calgary Expo 2 years ago had 4 sets of wings. All of them move, full sets of like, and I mean like Warhammer size shoulder pauldrons, LEDs, hand cast resin. Like it was so much work. And there was still so much that I could have added to it that I didn't have time for.
Yeah. Well, that just reminds me of some of the heavy armor I'd like to do, and I'm sitting here going, I don't know. There's a couple of ones that we were looking at. It's like, we don't know how I'm going to fit through doors, but we'll figure it out.
Fitting through doors is for chumps. I will tell you that. First off, you just stand outside all day.
Yeah. And speaking of Thanatos from Persona. Yeah, you got the easy part. You're just gonna be the Persona user. I'm gonna be Thanatos.
Yeah, you just cry now. Just cry forever.
What's probably your first piece of advice for somebody trying to start?
I say this to just about anyone, even including in my panels. You pretty much like start easy. Take it from me, I basically hate myself. I'm basically a masochist with all of my cosplay ideas. Start easy, reach out to people that you know that do a lot of stuff. Like, if you're like, okay, I'm okay at sewing, practice. You know, find someone who is really, really good at sewing and be like, hey, can you give me some, tips, thanks. If you know someone who is really, really good with warp, foam, casting, anything of the nature, ask them. Reach out. The internet was my friend when I was starting cosplay.
Yeah, and that's something I've noticed, because I've had when I started into it, I didn't go into this half-assed. First thing I really wanted to build, and I haven't done it yet, it's something I'm going to do, is the armored version of Deathstroke from Arkham Origins, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so armored helmet, I'd never done anything like that before, fully encased parts of the armor, the sword and stuff. Oh, that was going to be easy. It was every other piece that I'm sitting here I'm staring at the picture going, what am I doing? What am I going to do?
Pushes off to the side.
Pretty much, yeah. Now that I've figured out, like, right now it's the turn around and go, okay, now I've figured out helmets. Okay, now all I've got to do is get the chance to do this. Okay, I think I can make this helmet now.
Yeah.
Now I can make this helmet. Now I can probably make all the enclosed armor. I've done chest pieces. I think I got this. So as I do more of this stuff, and especially with the prop side of it, I'm like, the more props I do, the easier it comes. And yeah, definitely, it's just keep at it.
Well, it's also a lot of the same abilities, though, too. Fabric painting is, really, really closely related to armor painting. Sewing is the, same thing to, leather sewing, leather carving. Armor making is a lot of the same thing as like pattern making too. You use pattern making for armor and for fabric in the same way. just you know, different uses.
Yeah, so I'm sitting and I'm looking at a lot of this stuff, and I mean, I have experience doing other stuff from outside of cosplay, and I'm finding, oh hey, I can actually use this here. And
you're like, this looks similar.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment, no. I really don't.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed checking this out. I'm going to have links for all her stuff at the end and down below and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you go give her a like, follow her, check out all her stuff she does. And
I mean, do what you want. I'm not going to force you.
I'm going to, because you guys know this already. Yeah, you
fair.
over there, do it.
That's fair.
And be sure to check out my other interviews I've done. And if you're somebody local in the Alberta area and you want to be on one of these, let me know in the comments or send me a message. And we'll see if we can get you on this stuff. So, thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you guys again next time. Have fun. Keep gaming.